Working on a 2001 or 2 Honda Odyssey. It was brought to me from another shop. Their customer was complaining about like rough running and misfiring. So I believe they did all plugs and maybe coils. It was just dropped off to me here this past week. Told me to look at it, see if I could find something uh, as far as what the cause is. I'm assuming it's still running same way it came in. Quick things that I notice, it on cold idle, and I think it gets worse when you warm it up. You'll start to feel the little bit of engine stumble from a miss. So I've not hooked up the scanner yet. Just quickly going, trying to see how it's running, see if I can capture anything real quick on out of the exhaust, see if I can get capture some sort of miss out there. And I'm just triggering off ignition coil number 1 for be able to reference. And then I'm trying to get some cold captures. I let it run 2 times real quick, not too long. I'm trying to capture things while they're cold. Later on I'll capture them when they're hot. So what I've got set up, like I said, scope is on, and that was just a quick capture I did before, and that was me actually unplugging a coil, trying to make sure things are reading. But we'll get you a fresh new run started, capture, and see what we can pull. Turn this on. Okay, that's out the way. So I'll just let it start up and run. So I don't know if you can hear or pick that up, but it's running kind of smooth. A bit longer, it'll start to hiccup every once in a while, and you can see one right there. Another one. So it's very random. Every so often, I think the longer it runs, the worse it gets. Or there was another one. Now that blue trace is, there you go. It's like I said, it's on the exhaust. I'm capturing the pressure pulses coming out of there. If we've got a miss, we'll see an anomaly there, which we're capturing quite a few. Okay, so I've got it turned off. Turn that off. Save battery. And I'm zoomed in at one of the points of the oddball anomalies. Like I said, just pick them out from here and kind of zoom in on them. That one actually happened about 3 times there. Go to the next page. I got quite a few events here. All these oddball sections are going to be where the exhaust was not even all the way, as you can see. Now, see, these are even pulses. The red are each time number 1 fires. You'll have all 6 firing and pulses in between the 2 red lines. And then when you'll have these high spikes is because there was basically random miss at that point, and then it'll go back to idling good without a heavy miss. So as you can see, every so often now we'll use the red trace to go ahead and try to identify which cylinder that is that we're seeing on the exhaust pulse missing or causing the anomaly. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in and show you a good portion or section. Remember, number 3 is ignition 1 firing, and that's how we can have a reference or trigger, and we'll set the rulers with 6 small sections for each cylinder. So let me see if I can put you down. Okay, I'll get a bigger zoom in. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then back to another firing vent. Now, those are all even pulses. That is the cylinder arrangement. This is firewall, radiator side, firing order. I'm triggered off number 1. In order to identify number 1, or whichever one that you're being triggered off of, you go halfway in between the 720, which is going to be 360, and then the one to the left is going to be your exhaust pulse section. So this is going to be number 1, number 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, back to 1, 4, 2, 5, so on. So that is a good waveform, I guess, capture of your exhaust pulses, all fairly even and steady and equal, and in each section. Here's a zoomed in shot while it was in a misfire state. Here beforehand it was good, section to section, all good, and then here in this cycle we had a miss happen. Okay, again, triggered off ignition 1, here's 360, halfway point. This column, this section here, cylinder 1, and then the next one, which is faulted, if you go by firing order, like I said, next one's going to be cylinder number 4. 2, 5, 3, 6, 1, 4. What I'm particularly looking for is the big pull up. That signifies on this setup, pull up is basically a suction, so a missing pressure pulse, which signifies that cylinder number 4 has missed at this point. It was good here, even good here, but in this section, number 4 has a miss. We can zoom out and find another faulted section and verify again. Let's see. Okay, we'll go here on this one. again, we'll get our rulers, set them up on ignition to ignition, and again, same cylinder, same column for cylinder number 4 is the one with the mishap. That cylinder is this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move both coil and plug to a different cylinder, and since we are able to identify, we'll even go as far as say like you're playing pool, let's call the shot. I want to make this column look bad, which, let's see, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, that should be column 3. Cylinder 3. Alright, we'll move this guy to number 3 back here, and we'll see if we can verify that movement. If it's going to be ignition or coil related, ignition, coil, or spark plug related, then we'll see that move. And then even at that point, we can split the two, plug and coil, then I'll just move a coil to a different one. Then we'll know for sure if it's a coil or a plug. Reason why I'm moving both right now from this cylinder is I want to eliminate mechanical misfire. If I move both and it stays, then we know it's something in that cylinder mechanically. If I were to only move one over, like just a coil, I'm not going to know if it's a plug or a mechanical thing right now. So what I'm going to do is move both, like I said, ignition components to a totally separate one. If it moves, then we know it's going to be one of the two, and at that point we split it. If it doesn't move, we know it's mechanical on this one. I've got both coils and plug removed. I've got this one in the front. This came out of number 4. This one came out of number 3. This one looks to be fairly newer looking than this original one. And you can see the difference in the spark plugs. Okay, so let me scope set up. Spark plug and coils both switched from 3 and 4. We'll run it, get the same capture. Let's see if it moves. No hiccups yet. Still good. Still good. Yep. Alright. Then some hiccups. Section. There's another one. Another one. So it's starting to drop out, or starting to have some misses. We're getting a few happening. Alright. Okay, so we've got, like I said, it took a minute for this one to start misfiring, but there's it's hard to tell, a couple there. We look at this one's kind of predominant. It's hard to show you here on the screen though, but there you go. So, looks like we called it. If it's ignition related, either coil or, I don't even need to do this, but if it's coil or plug, the ones we moved to cylinder 3, it was going to happen in that first column. So there's your proof, there's your cause of misfire. Cylinder 4 is good. Definitely guaranteed problem found. Most likely, I don't know, I was going to say aftermarket coil, but could be a plug. What we'll do now is just simply move the coil alone. We'll go to number 1, cylinder 1, so it's going to be this column here. If it moves, we know what it is. If it stays, we know what it is. Okay, I moved the coil only between 3 and 1. Let it run until we get some misfires happening. Hopefully I don't have to sit here as long as last time. Still fairly normal right now. Okay. So I think we're getting some. Alright, actually that whole time looks like was running crappy. That's why it doesn't look as solid on the top. thought it sounded kind of, yeah, so pretty much started off crappy. See with the gaps, sorry, it's not as solid on the top. So here, I'll zoom in. Okay, and right away we know what we got. Column before 360 mark, triggering off number 1, is the faulted one. This is going to be a bad ignition coil, and then here again, and then on this one. So this whole time, either it didn't have enough cool down time because it was a quick swap. It stayed kind of in a faulted state. Moved it over to number 1, and right away at the startup, so I initially thought we weren't misfiring because the whole waveform was kind of quote-unquote consistent, but it was consistently in a bad state with already the high points already being recorded and started to be graphed out. So, but that gives you the 100% for sure, knowing that this aftermarket coil that they installed or put in is the cause of it. The one plug did look kind of fouled up, and like I said, they did just do a tune-up on it, so I'll tell him see if he wants to do that one plug and coil, or you know, it's up to him. But as far as cause of it is faulty aftermarket ignition coil, 100% identified by checking your exhaust pulses and referencing an ignition. And this whole time we've not used a scanner. Now mind you, on some of these, I think part of the problem he was having, it just gives you a generic PO300, a random misfire, which you can feel it shakes and misses, and randomly it's there. And the thing about it is, it's not a dead miss, so you don't have a dead hole where you can pull plugs and listen for a cylinder dropout, a contribution dropout situation, because it's still kind of partially firing. It's not a complete dead full miss all the time. And you could see it on the waveforms on the other one. Now, if you remember when I first started this, there was a section like this, and then a section with really big spikes. That was me actually pulling the coil, unplugging the coil, and causing a dead miss. So you don't have a situation like that. You've got one that's steadily running, pulsating evenly out of the exhaust, and then every so often you'll get that random hiccup and miss that a scanner's not able to see and log and help guide you. But again, going this route this year, this type of year with little scanner information, it's a little bit better and more 100% accurate to see it firsthand. Graph it out, record it, move things around, identify it, make sure it moves. That way you're 100%. So, pretty cool one. Again, like always, but definitely cool to see it, like I said, on screen and identify it. So.